So welcome to Social Media Tools and Supporting Your Professional Learning. I'm Nathaniel Ostashewski, current Vice President at OGSA and a doctoral student in Cohort 1 of the Center for Distance Education at Athabasca University.
And I'm Dr. Doug Reed. I am many things. One of them is a friend of Nathaniel's, and we're putting this course online for everybody.
So our biggest hope within this course, that's sponsored by both OGSA and TechRE, is in fact to provide youth examples and situations where people can practice using AU's landing ALG environment, which is basically like a Facebook. But basically we want to provide people with an opportunity to try out some of the tools, see how they work, connect with other students that are like myself anyway in the graduate program in Athabasca University, and basically learn some examples of how we may be able to share some of the professional learning opportunities using these kinds of tools.
Because what's happened is, as the world has changed, it's not for those of us over a certain age, and I'm going to tell you I have just enough gray hair in my beard that when I went to university, it was face-to-face. Everything was, I met with my profs once a week, and I learned more outside of class than inside because I created a community of learning for myself at my university. And at Athabasca, they put the landing together to try to help to stimulate more of a community of learning.
And I think, for certainly my experience, I did a master's online, and I pretty much did it by myself. In terms of I didn't have a group or a cohort. That experience was, certainly not the greatest. And I've heard from other students, other graduate students, that hey, it'd be great to be able to connect. Well, how do I connect to these people? How do I find people with common research interests? How do I then go and record some of these things? How can I use other kind of media tools like video or imaging, creation tools, because maybe you haven't had the opportunity to do that in your job, or you're an older learner and more mature learner, because certainly some of the people in the master's and graduate levels are more mature learners. We're not starting off with 20-year-olds starting in master's or graduate programs traditionally. Anyway, on that note, I'll just pause for 1 second. And I want to now connect using my iPhone. So one of the things we're going to try to do in this course is actually utilize some handheld technologies, because as you can see, we're at the side of a lake. I live on Moose Lake in Alberta, and we're just outside, and what we're going to try to do over the next little while is show you that connecting to other people in professional learning certainly doesn't need to be at your desk. I use my iPod or iPhone a fair bit, and I know Doug does too. So we'll try to incorporate some of these cool little video clips and show you maybe hopefully by the end of it some ideas that you might be able to use for your learning. So back to our other camera. Okay, so basically I think one of the comments that I've heard recently is, it's fantastic, I didn't even know the landing was there. What can I use the landing for? What can I use social networking tools for as they're developed in either Facebook or the landing?
The big thing that I've had as I've taught my university courses is people set up those little coffee chat discussion board postings in their classes, and that's all well and good. People will get together and arrange social activities or just have a place to go and talk about whatever they want to talk about. But the second that semester's over, all of a sudden the community disappears. And one thing the landing does is it continues on and on and on. So you might make a friend in one course or make somebody you really connect with, and it'll just continue on between semesters, and you'll be able to actually extend your community of learning that way. And you'll get to find out why Twitter isn't actually a scary word and how 144 characters can actually be useful.
So we're hoping over the next couple of weeks, I think it's 9 weeks or 10 weeks we have scheduled, that you'll be able to see how you can use the landing, and some of the tools in the landing are obviously replicated outside. Social networking, social bookmarking tools, for example. There's a lot of different iterations. Twitter in AU is the landing, the wire in the landing. And how can you use blogs? We know that some of the people that are in this course are going to be experts far more greater experienced than we are. For example, there's some people that are dealing with blogging that have been spending several years researching blogging. So we're hoping that we're not actually taking it at a point where we're going to be telling you. We're coming along and we're facilitating the ride. In a sense, the way I like describing the facilitator in a social networking site or guide is almost like a tour guide. So we're going to take you, and we're the tour guides. So every week we'll post up some starter points and discussions, hopefully a video. I'm not sure about every week on the video, and we'll have conversations that way. Participate as much or as little as you have time to, and we hope that you certainly will find something valuable at the end of it.
Oh, without a doubt you'll find something valuable, because just in setting up the course when Nathaniel and I have been planning things, I've learned a ton already. I've been blogging since 2006, and nobody knows where my blog is, and that's the way I like it. But there's so much more to learn. Any little tidbit of information can potentially make a huge difference in how easy it is for you to make connections, how easy it is for you to actually do your studies. And this is all about what can we do to make sure you have a better chance to have success in your studies.
One final note, make sure you sign out the survey. If you are interested, as participation in this course, a little bit of incentive. At the end of it, we're giving away 2 different iPads, and an iTouch, sponsored by TechRE and AUGSA. But what we're looking for is a little bit of demographics and a little bit of research talking about, so that we can offer this opportunity again for students of OGSA. And so there's a pre-course survey, and you'll get a link inside the group, and there's a post-course survey. And basically we're looking for some participation each week, simply a post, a tweet, whatever it happens to be for that week. And at the end, your name goes in. So good luck, and hopefully you have a great time. We'll see you next week.
Right on. See you later.
See you later.